This next episode I want to call The Things We Learn to Tolerate. And this piece is dedicated to all you, my young friends that I work with. And let me take a moment to tell you that I'm so proud of each one of you because at your age, you have the wisdom to reach out and seek support. And for me, you truly are the hope of a better tomorrow. And today, this log is hoping to answer one question that most of you have asked me and that I still keep struggling after all these years. And the question that I'm trying to answer here is, why do we tolerate with what is less? And the truth is, for a long time, I accepted less than I deserved in many parts of my life, and how people treated me and how I was okay to be deprioritized, taken for granted probably, left unheard, expected to conform or give more while receiving very little. Very often it showed up in the roles I accepted, in what I was paid for, in the life decisions others made for me. And what strikes me now is this. In many of those moments, I didn't even know I could expect more. I did not even know that there was another way. So I made it okay. I told myself, maybe we are not capable of more. Maybe I should be more understanding. Maybe this is still better than what others have. Maybe I chose this and so now I must give it everything I have because others should not have to pay for the price of what I chose. And somewhere in all of that, I stopped asking a more important question. What is this costing me? Because tolerance always costs us something. At first, it shows up like compromise or maturity, probably patience or unconditional love or responsibility also. But over time, this cost deepens. For me, it cost me my confidence, my self-worth, my self-trust, my energy, my freedom or independence, and most painfully, very difficult to acknowledge this, but my respect for myself. Because every time I stayed quiet when something in me wanted to speak, every time I adjusted myself to keep the pace, and every time I made someone else's comfort more important than my own truth, I was teaching myself how to disappear. And that is the part we do not talk about enough. The things we tolerate are rarely just about the things themselves. They don't begin because of weakness or low confidence or poor boundaries. I think it begins somewhere more human. In wanting to belong, in wanting to be loved or accepted, in wanting to preserve connection or avoid conflict, or wanting to be seen as kind or understanding or good or spiritual or righteous, whatever those explanations might be, right? And we tolerate what hurts us because losing the relationship or disturbing the peace or choosing ourselves looks selfish and sometimes a little unacceptable. And what makes this treatment of ourselves familiar is that we have seen it normalized for years in our families, in the society, in the stories we absorb, in the movies that we watch, in the reels that are out on social media. And if you've seen something long enough, I believe you stop questioning it until one day You don't. For me, that change did not come all at once. It came through a simple question that kept nagging inside me, which was, am I happy doing this? And then slowly another truth started becoming harder to ignore. Don't I deserve more than what I'm getting? And trust me, this is not coming from a space of arrogance or entitlement, but from a growing awareness that the reason I was not receiving more was because I had not shown the world how I want to be treated. I had not made myself a priority, and if I did not treat myself like I mattered, how would others know that I did? And I also began to notice something else, that the people who made more noise, the people who spoke clearly about what they wanted, and people who did not quietly shrink, were often the ones who received more. And the silent ones, the ones who kept adjusting, kept suffering in silence. And this realization changed me, because I saw that this was now my responsibility. I needed to know for myself how I wanted to be treated before I accept or even expect anyone else to know it. And that has become a deeply important truth for me, because people can only diminish us to the extent that we participate in our own diminishment. And maybe that's where self-respect begins. The moment we stop asking, why do they keep treating me like this? And start asking, why have I even kept telling myself that this is okay? And this is not a question about blame. It's about awakening. It's about recognizing that what we tolerate is often a mirror of what we have forgotten to believe about ourselves. And the beautiful thing is that the moment we remember our worth, what once felt normal becomes impossible to tolerate. So what do I understand differently now? I understand that not everything I accepted was love. Not everything that I called patience was patience, and not everything I called sacrifice was noble. Some of it was simply me making myself smaller so that I could survive those spaces that did not know how to hold all of me. And that's okay, because I did not know better. But the good truth is that life was meant to be lived in all its abundance. The universe operates on abundance and not limitations and shrinking. So neither should you or me. And maybe the deepest shift is this: we stop waiting for others to decide what we deserve. We stop borrowing worth from other people's opinions of us. We stop making peace with what quietly kills us. And we begin slowly, honestly, to honor what feels true to us. Because the day you stop shrinking to fit in is the day you enter into expansion and abundance.